What's up, guys? I'm Red,
I'm Stunna Steve.
and welcome to another Exclusive John Wrestling video. In today's video, me and Stunna Steve are going to be trying to predict the 2025 Survivor Series Wargames match card.
Very, very questionable. So we're going to jump right into it. We got a lot to cover here. It's all up in the air right now, especially after Seth Rollins getting injured. So we're just going to stop and do the whole card here, try and predict it. Let's start with the Women's Wargames.
Okay, so remember, take this with a grain of salt. These are just our predictions, and we could be terribly wrong or terribly right.
We're like over a month away. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll update you guys as we get closer. Anyway, Women's Wargames. What do you got?
So we think that it's going to be Becky Lynch, the Kabuki Warriors, Raquel and Roxanne versus
Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella, and AJ Lee.
That sounds like a pretty bomb-ass game.
Yeah. Now, if you think about it this way, most of the time, through the past couple of years, they've kind of just thrown these women's War Games matches together because they're really hard to make because there's not these big women's factions with 4 or 5 people in them, you know?
Yeah.
The Bloodline, there was no War Games every show until the Bloodline got involved.
Yeah.
Which makes it even harder for the men's this year, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you want to go where the more prominent feuds are, and that is going to be on Monday Night Raw, in my opinion. Wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah.
It makes sense, you know. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors are definitely still feuding. Mm-hmm. We're going to continue to see that, you know. Now, is there a world where Alexa and Charlotte are involved?
Possible.
It is. We didn't really think of this going into this because they did kind of...
This past Raw,
yeah. You know, throw some shade at them towards Raw.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this is a pretty good option. The feuds are set in place. There's different feuds, but I think you can kind of mold them together into one big War Games match, and I think it would be quite a banger.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to throw some SmackDown superstars in there, like Jade or returning Bianca or Tiffany Stratton. But I mean, we're having problems building up to a women's championship match, which we'll get to next, in the first place, let alone putting them in a War Games match. So this makes sense just to keep it on Raw. We've got plenty of talent on there. And so now let's move on to that match. We've got a title for title match. It could be title for title, or it could just be for the women's WWE Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Julia. We both think that's perfect. Yeah. We've kind of been talking about that. We got Kiana James versus Tiffy this week. Now, this match could happen at Saturday night's main event, so it could cook us there. But if it doesn't, I think it's a perfect spot to put it in War Games.
Yeah, and there's a world where you have this match twice. You know, there's maybe some tomfoolery in the first match or something with Kiana James. You know, maybe the first match is for one title, the next one's for both of them. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of women to go up against Tiffy on SmackDown anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had Jade multiple times. You've had Nia a million times.
We've been asking for this draft for quite some time.
Yeah. Chelsea Green would be a good option, but it doesn't seem like they're going in that direction right now. So, our pick, we got to throw them on the card. Tiffany versus Julia. Maybe title for title because I think that title needs some more prestige, and Tiffy could do a lot with it.
Yeah, I agree. Especially considering Julia has done pretty much nothing with it, and that's not a knock on Julia. That's a knock on the booking of Julia.
That's that damn AI.
Yeah. Now the next match, we will go ahead and do the easiest one to predict: John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the IC title. It's already been rumored because it's the last title that John Cena needs to become a Grand Slam champion. And I do think that's the way they should go. Now, do they go? That's the ultimate question.
That is the ultimate question. I mean, the fans have been clamoring for it, but there's a lot of moving parts here. This almost transitions into the War Games match because with Seth being hurt, the Vision, kicking him out, with, we're going to get there at the end of the video, so don't go anywhere, but seeing turmoil between the Usos after the Battle Royale on Raw tonight. That's when we're recording this video. Mm-hmm. Is there a world where John Cena's in the War Games match?
We'd love it. I think he should.
It's possible, because he's never going to be in another one. This is his last possible chance, yeah. But Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena would be a great match. It's something that I guarantee both of them want to do.
Oh, yeah.
And John finally getting that title from him. I mean, you could even have Finn cost him and help John win or something like that. Yeah. Finn face turn.
Yeah, I'd like it.
Take my money.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the card. Now, this is a little bit hard to predict because we don't know how many matches are going to be on this card. We referenced last year's War Games, and there was 5 matches.
Yeah. We thought there was only going to be 4, but if there is a 5th match, I feel like it's got to be the newly minted U.S. champion Ilya Dragunov versus a bona fide star. And we were racking our brains for a little bit, and then we both just out the blue thought the same time, same thing. Aleister Black.
I think that'd be an amazing match.
I think everybody's wanting that type of a match. You know, they've already been fantasy booking Gunther, Aleister Black, Santos Escobar. All these names have been thrown out to face Ilya Dragunov, and I think that match would absolutely cook.
Yeah, I think it'd be an amazing match. And here's the good thing about this year's Survivor Series: they have time to build.
Oh yeah,
they have been shoving PLEs down our throat, left and right, left and right. Now, yes, is there Saturday night's main event in literally like a week? Yes. Is there another Saturday night's main event like 2 weeks after Survivor Series? Yes. Yeah. But there's a difference because you actually have time to build around to Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And this is going to give this what it needs, you know? You want to build these feuds up so you can have a big payoff. You want to be able to slowly build the War Games teams to make it make sense.
Make it make sense, make it make sense.
I think these 4 matches we got, I think we're doing pretty good. What do you say?
I mean, so far, if this were to happen, I'd be thoroughly impressed with War Games.
Yeah, now here is the most difficult War Games match to predict in quite some time. The men's War Games, the main event.
And usually the men's War Games, like we've said, with having the bloodline, it's the easiest.
It's very predictable. You can the writing is on the wall. Yeah. I mean, look at last year, you know. You had the bloodline. Well, you didn't really have the bloodline. You had the bloodline dismantled last year to turn into this new bloodline, you know.
Which is now MFT.
Yeah. But then you had Roman still. You had the Usos. They just had to pick up Sammy. Then you were short a man. Paul Heyman called in his best friend, CM Punk. It all worked out.
And that kind of built a Mania.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that on our live today. That lately it feels like Survivor Series War Games is almost the start to the road to WrestleMania. It's like the pre-road.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you're pulling out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Call it the driveway to WrestleMania.
It's like the on-ramp to the highway.
Yeah, you're getting there. Yeah. So now we have to predict this match. We're going to say every year it's been 5v5.
Yeah.
So we got to pick 5 men for each team.
Now, before Seth Rollins was hurt, it was a lot easier. But now with this injury, it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah. He was stripped from the title today.
Yeah. So I will say, let's act like that happened, and we're going to push that to the side for one moment. Because I personally think it would be a lot easier for WWE and the fans if we went an alternative route and did the MFTs versus the Wyatt Six. We've seen that the past couple of weeks, and they're really the only faction v faction we got right now.
Yeah.
The only problem is MFTs have 5, Wyatts have 4, counting, and you could throw Nikki Cross in there, but I don't know how you're going to do that.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of like, do you do a 4v4? Do you do a 5v5? And you find like maybe a one-off with Braun Strowman? We would really like that.
I mean, there's also a world where there's like somebody from the MFTs sit out.
Yeah.
And we have like a Nia Jax come in or something to, go against Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
There's some options here.
Yeah.
But right now, the Wyatt Six and the MFTs, they're not even as far as men that can compete in this War Games match. And you're not just going to have Nikki Cross in there with, 9 other guys.
Yeah. Now, that's
not going to happen.
I will say it would be a nice little funny storyline, honestly, if we've rattled this around. If you have Nikki Cross go and kidnap Tonga Loa or something, make the odds even to where it's a 4v4. But then again, like we said, on the main roster, there hasn't been a 4v4. Don't have a problem with it, but it's a little bit,
And if you do 5v5, and the Wyatts need somebody else.
I think it's got to be Braun Strowman, but if it's not, who?
Yeah, who else could you have it be? I mean, the only other person even remotely connected to them is Alexa Bliss. Yeah. And then we're at the same problem,
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say. We'll just have to see if that's the route that they go, because it'll definitely be interesting. And it'll be interesting to see if they can build all the way from now, from really like a week ago, all the way to War Games with this,
Yeah.
And not paying. They could easily pay this off on a SmackDown,
Agreed.
or they could pay this off on a Saturday Night's Main
We
Event.
could see an 8-man tag match.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm definitely excited for this feud.
Yeah, yeah.
But this brings us to our next option, option 2, which is the more. See, I want to say the more likely option because when you have a card like this, Survivor Series War Games, this is a Big Four PLE. You know, essentially.
Yeah.
You're going to have your top stars on this PLE. You're going to have your CM Punks, your Roman Reigns, you know, your Cody Rhodes. These people are going to be on there. And if the match is taken up by by Tonga Loa and Joe Gacy and all these people that, you know, great talent, but these aren't. Is this a main event for a huge PLE like this?
I get it.
I don't know. I think it's more of you need these big stars. So that brings us to what big stars are going to be in this. We've came up with something that somehow makes sense. We don't know how we're going to get there, though.
Yeah.
I'll let you start us off. Who do we have on the first team?
So I'll start with the heel side. We've got the Bronze.
Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker.
And then we've got Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, we don't know how he's going to get there because he doesn't really like playing well with others.
Yeah. But I will say the interaction that we saw backstage with Paul Heyman, he said, hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
Then he introduces him, you know.
That is true.
And we don't know how he felt about Seth Rollins,
Agreed.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have any problems with Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
They haven't ever crossed paths.
Yeah.
And he still trusts Paul in a way. You know, and that's that secret weapon that Paul has.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good option.
Yeah. Then you got Austin Theory, which has been rumored to be connected to the division since he's taken his
I would love that. I would love it.
But we also don't know how long he's going to be out, if he's actually injured. Hopefully, you know, he can, you know, be a part of the match.
Yeah.
And then the fifth man, Drew McIntyre, which we'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and lead right into the face side because it's kind of obvious if Drew's in there, Cody's in there.
Exactly.
So we got Cody, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and either Jimmy or Randy.
Yeah. And, I mean, LA Knight is also somewhere in this conversation, somewhere, you know?
He's a fugazi.
Yeah. It's really hard because, like, you look at the heel side, makes sense, almost, you know?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of guys that are badasses, besides Austin Theory, which could be a badass if booked right, done properly, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe they debut him at the main event or something like that. That's how this whole thing starts. But these guys somehow get along to do this War Games match.
Yeah.
That's usually the harder side, you know?
Yeah.
This time, the babyface side of this is the harder side because you look at, you know, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teaming together, it could happen. You've seen it before. That's somewhat reasonable, you know? Now, Roman and Punk, they don't get along so well.
They've done it before, though, as well.
Yeah. Randy Orton and Roman Reigns, don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso and CM Punk, don't know about that.
Especially considering they're going against each other officially on November 1st.
Exactly. Now, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, no problem.
No problem
You know?
at all. Former tag champs.
Jimmy gets along with everybody. Everybody loves Jimmy, you know?
But now we have to talk about Roman doesn't even want to see their asses till Christmas.
Yeah, he skipped Thanksgiving. He said Christmas time.
Yeah, and Jay also just eliminated Jimmy from the Battle Royale. And it's clear that Jimmy had some hurt feelings there. So, that whole trio there, that's why we threw in Randy and LA Knight. Like, there's a world where we don't have a Roman, Jay, and Jimmy a part of it because of what is happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways that this could go. Like, at the making of this video, the date is October 20th. Now, I don't know exactly when this will get uploaded, probably within the week.
Yeah.
And, you know, not too much will have happened since then, but War Games is still over a month away.
Yeah.
So, things could change drastically for all we know. You know, like we said, Cena could somewhere be involved in this match.
And we'd love it.
We'd love it. It's going to be interesting with the amount of time that we have to see exactly how we get there. You know, we're looking forward next Saturday. Maybe even by the time you're watching this, it could be today. It could have been yesterday. But Saturday night's main event, I think, will tell us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We still have Friday Night SmackDown this week. I mean, and then everything next month. You got a lot of dates. You got a lot of time to build this and do the right thing. And I wonder if even Triple H and the writers know what they're doing.
Yeah,
at this point.
We were talking about this before we started filming. The pivot that they had to do. I mean, I think they had a rough draft at least of what their plan was for War Games. Because, like you said, it's a big pay per view. You need to have a plan for what you're doing.
It was probably almost completely planned out.
Yeah. And so now you're having to think, like, maybe there's a world where, like, hey, people are starting to figure out that these rumors for Dom and John are a real thing. Let's pull that and put John in this War Games because they need the body, but we don't know.
Yeah, you need the star power, too. Like, that's one of the main things I think that, people are forgetting online. I think MFTs versus Wyatt. You need star power. Now, that could, as a wrestling fan, a hardcore wrestling fan like ourselves, we could watch that match properly built for a month and love it. Mm-hmm. It could burn the house down.
You could even have some Wyatt-esque features in that.
Exactly. But will the average fan want this to be main event?
Especially on ESPN.
What do you do with... I mean, you can't have that main event and have Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar and John Cena in the mid-card.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Or not even on the card at all.
Yeah, you just can't, I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah. And that's the fun part about why we're doing this now, over a month away from the show. We could post this and then every single match is wrong.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about it, and that's why we're doing it now. I mean, we try and speculate, figure out what's going to happen, and I do think the women's match is it's got to be that. I mean, I don't really see any other feuds that are at that level.
I mean, there have been rumors of Lash Legend getting called up, so I guess we could mention that, of her being involved in that. And then there is that thing they like to do where they just like to have Raw and SmackDown all combined into it, and they book them on both shows leading up, just like they did last year. So you could have, like, Charlotte and Alexa on one team. You could have Lyra and Bayley on one team, there could be a Lash Legend involved in there. Like, I wouldn't mind if they spiced it up a little bit, too. I wouldn't mind if we were wrong. Like, give me Jordan Grace and War Games.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fire. The Sirens.
Zaruka, I mean, Soul Ruka jumping off the top. Could you imagine Soul Ruka jumping off the top and getting a Soul Snatcher? And Zarya, her and Jordan Grace, if you go that route, I mean, those...
I almost want to change my picks.
Yeah.
Thinking about that.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do, and so much time.
Yeah, and there's also, the talk of, with all the injuries going on right now, is there a world where they bring NXT people up to SmackDown?
Yeah, I mean, there was rumors.
I guess we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Ring that bell for notifications, y'all. We're going to come back before Survivor Series, and we'll see how we did. We'll do our official predictions. We'll talk about this video, and we can kind of see the lay of the land.
I like it. I'm Steve.
I'm Red. As always, keep it exclusive.